The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Prescott on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Hey, kill! 47.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Prescott looks to throw on first. And incomplete on the deep ball. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one, because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave. 74 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Prescott now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Prescott. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Play action now. Prescott. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Ravens first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. To the air again, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Carr now to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Off the play fake, Prescott.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. In motion right is Aguilar. From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And Prescott, his third interception. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Williams will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it third and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
What now?
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
No problem there on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They set up the screen to Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
We're going to 54 right here.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. 30, 20, 10, 5, and a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for New Orleans,
the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel.